everyone, I'm Alicia Malone. You're watching Movie Juice on your home of film here on Starfix. This week I am at ComiCon, a magical time in San Diego where fans of comic books, video games and movies converge for 4 days of fun. I've got my Darth Vader t-shirt on, nicely accessorized, so I'm ready for action. Let's get into it. In tonight's show, I sit down to chat with the cast of Magic Mike, which includes Matthew McConaughey and Channing Tatum. I'll give you a rundown of all the hottest films being promoted here at Comic-Con and hit the press line to chat to the stars. And of course, Renee Brack will fill you in on all the latest Hollywood news. First though, it's trailer park time and a look at a film that made a huge splash when this trailer was shown here at Comic-Con on day one, Oz the Great and Powerful. It's directed by Sam Raimi and it's kind of like a prequel to The Wizard of Oz, with James Franco as the title character, Michelle Williams as the Good Witch, and Mila Kunis as the one who will become wicked.
Step this way! See the most wondrous sights imaginable!
Kansas is full of good men. I don't want to be a good man. I want to be a great one.
You're gonna need this!
Am I dreaming?
You're in Oz. Aren't you the great man we've been waiting for?
How incredible does Oz the Great and Powerful look? Unfortunately though, we have to wait till early 2013 to see it in Australian cinemas. Damn it. But here's a film you can see right now, and it's a visual feast of a slightly different kind. Magic Mike. This is the male stripper movie directed by Steven Soderbergh, produced and starring Channing Tatum, taking a look at some of the darker side of being a male stripper. But don't worry, there's plenty of abs in there too. I got to sit down with some of the cast. Tough job. Take a look.
We keep getting complaints of noise and underage drinking. Everybody sit down, we're gonna be here for a while. You don't have anything sharp on you that I can stick myself with, do you?
No.
Good, because I do.
The businesses that I manage, they deal exclusively in cash.
Wow, busy guy.
We welcome to stage the one, the only
Magic Mike.
You are the husband that they never had. You are that dreamboat guy that never came along.
So I've got one problem with this movie.
Okay.
Wasn't in 3D.
Re-release.
Doing it like Titanic or Star Wars did it as well. So obviously, Star Wars, Titanic, what's the next natural progression? Magic Mike.
Obviously all the ladies are keen to see this movie, but I've been selling it to the men by saying it's a Soderbergh movie. Because it is.
Yeah, it's not only a Soderbergh movie, it's a movie about dudes doing guy stuff. All my straight friends that have seen it, they're just like, I forgot that it was a male stripping movie. Because it's just a bunch of guys, like completely being aggro guys. And just because we have our shirts off, most guys that I know, I'm from Florida, that's not a problem for them. But just because it has a stigma, it's a male stripping movie, they're just like, no, I am not.
What a fun way to go make a few extra bucks
Yeah.
on a moonlighting job.
Did it take much to get these extras, these lady extras going? So it seems like you just need to walk out on stage.
It was like keeping up with them, is what it was. I mean, you had to stay in a step ahead of them because they were aggressive.
There were really no boundaries. I mean, and I have to give just loud props to all the extras who worked in this movie, because whether it was acting or they were just having a good time or maybe sneaking some booze in or something, they just had incredible energy and commitment. And I mean,
I'd do it.
the moral parameters were crossed.
There were morals.
Yeah.
There were moral lines in the sand that were crossed.
Yeah.
Many.
But you know, those were happy accidents. We're making a movie about a strip club in Tampa. I mean, imperfections welcome.
On set, Matthew, I imagine it must have been somewhat refreshing to be on a set and completely out of your comfort zone and feeling nervous.
Well, it was nerve-wracking. I mean, there's certain nerves that come with any role, but this one to go, get out there and take a stage and drop your trousers is very nerve-wracking. And that's part of what the fun of it was, and part of the reason I was like, yeah, I gotta try that.
It's definitely not a campy movie.
Yeah.
Like in another director's hands, it might have gone showgirls.
It could have maybe gone campy with a different director, but Steven he's just brilliant at walking that line between commercial and super artistic.
But it seems like it does open itself up to being a male bonding experience.
Yeah, of
for the
course.
cast.
Of course, we're all in the same boat. Apart from Channing, it's it was a very new experience for all of us.
Is there an art to male stripping? Because it seems to me just a lot of pointing.
Pointing is a big thing. Pointing.
You did.
I did some pointing. Pointing is a big thing because you need to know
liquor.
Pettifer is a complete liquor. Joe Manganiello is a poser. He's like,
yeah.
And
there was some props.
Matt was just like, his smile was it. Like he would just be like, ding, ding, ding. I'm so mad that we couldn't actually put his were my two favorites, by the way. He did a doctor routine. Yeah, Ken, the character Ken, and Matt Bomer's character. He did a doll routine where it was like, and like it was amazing. It was amazing. It was my favorite routine of the whole thing.
The law says that you cannot touch. But I think I see a lot of lawbreakers up in this house.
Wow, it's a lot of ones.
There were some 5s in there.
Oh, okay. No 20s?
You don't want to know what I have to do for 20s. So you're gonna come to show tonight?
No.
You're gonna come to show tonight?
No.
You just said over there that you like the show.
That doesn't mean I'm gonna go again.
Magic Mike is in cinemas now, so ladies, organise a girls' night, go and see it. Trust me, you will not be disappointed. Okay, now I found the Batmobiles here at ComiCon, just one of the many cool things to see here at this event. We'll have more action from the con after the break, and Renee Brack's got all the hottest Hollywood news. Back soon. You are watching Movie Juice. We have stepped inside the convention centre. There is so much going on here at Comic-Con, I don't know where to look. So let's go to Renee Brack, who has all the hottest Hollywood news.
Out in LA, Jimmy Kimmel stepped in as a last-minute replacement to announce the nominees for the Primetime Emmy Awards. And he didn't even have time to get dressed. The comedian wore pyjamas and slippers as he joined Kerry Washington for the big reveal. Movie Extra's Mad Men led the pack with 17 nods, along with American Horror Story. This is a triumph for Mad Men Season 5. The show is creating history. 4 seasons, all winning the Best Drama Emmy 4 years in a row, and looking to do it again with Season 5, showing exclusively on Movie Extra. But the total Emmy nominations should have been 19. There were 2 surprising oversights. Left off the Best Supporting Actress noms list was Jessica Paré as the vampy Mrs. Megan Draper.
Zooby zooby zoo. Zooby zooby zoo.
And how could John Slattery miss out on a Best Supporting Actor nomination when in Season 5 he got the lion's share of the greatest dialogue written for TV and some of the most superbly acted scenes, like when he dropped some acid and had a really good time.
Why are you laughing? Are you laughing at me? What's wrong with me?
With the World Series, 1919, the Black Sox.
Are you there?
No, but I'm there.
The Emmys are the Oscars of TV, and Mad Men is the darling of the Emmys. Tune in to see Mad Men win big and to see what Jimmy Kimmel will wear when he hosts the ceremony on September 23rd. Hugh Jackman's sightings are about to explode from July 31 in Sydney when the long-awaited film shoot of his movie The Wolverine kicks off. This will be the 6th time Jackman has slapped on the Olympic sideburns and claw paws. The Wolverine will be the direct sequel to X-Men Origins. Jessica Biel co-stars as Viper, so keep an eye out for her too on Sydney streets in August. In New York, Gary Oldman was on the promotional trail for The Dark Knight Rises, while his castmates were mingling with royalty in London. Prince Harry turned out for the rain-soaked premiere, along with leading stars Christian Bale, Anne Hathaway, Morgan Freeman, Tom Hardy, Marion Cotillard and Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
She's a great character, and I love that she could take care of herself physically. It was really fun to learn how to do that.
Well, it's amazing to be part of a movie with this superhero I was a very big fan of.
I think it's got really good value for money, and it's epic. It's an epic end to the trilogy, and it doesn't leave any stone unturned, and it's cyclical. It goes right back to the beginning as well, so it's brilliant, and I'm really proud to be a part of it.
I think the audience is going to be very, very pleased with this one. The excitement isn't for nothing.
And here's a quick superhero sequel update. Iron Man has a new suit for his third movie, much less red, much more silver. Too matchy-matchy maybe? But everyone is waiting to see how evil Sir Ben Kingsley will make the villain who goes up against Tony Stark, called the Mandarin. The Captain America sequel will be called The Winter Soldier, and Thor 2 will be called The Dark World, again starring Aussie Chris Hemsworth swinging his massive hammer. And that's it for Movie Juice News.
Thanks, Renee. Now, most of my time here at Comic-Con hasn't been spent here on the convention floor. It's been in a tiny little press room where I've stood on the red carpet as stars have walked down, talking up their latest films. Take a look. How do you describe what people will see in the film?
You know, it's hard to say because I haven't seen the movie, so I can only really talk about my experience on set or what it was like to, on a day-to-day basis, to go to work. But I'm really as excited and as in the dark as everybody else.
Do you describe it as the origin story of Oz?
Yes, I think that would be a great description. That's really what the movie is. Who he was back in Kansas, how he got there, how he grew into this great wizard.
There's a lot of things you can't say about the film. Is it kind of nice to keep a few things secret for fans?
I think so. Why not? Don't you want to go and kind of be surprised? I mean, there's no mystery left in anything nowadays anyway, so you might as well try to have some in a movie.
One thing I love about animation is how they humanize objects or characters. Is it always funny when we take something like a video game character and suppose a real life for them?
Is it always funny? I don't know. I've only done it once, and it turned out to be pretty funny when we did it. But yeah, I think it's something like imaginative sort of people might think about when they're playing video games, like, wonder what it's like inside there.
So it's Act 3, but still plenty of surprises.
Yeah, I think there is. There'll be a lot that's new. Shane is at the helm now, and he's bringing his own sort of flavor to it. And Tony's relationship with Rhodey is deepened, and we got great bad guys. Sir Ben Kingsley is here now, and Guy Pearce is going to be involved, James Badge Dale. So it's a lot of fun.
Well, that was the idea. Let's do something new, and it's not like we're going to change everything. I mean, plenty of it's working. We needed a really good bad guy. We need a really good journey for Tony. We need a lot more Don Cheadle. And all those things are happening, so I'm very satisfied.
I feel like you've been talking about this movie for a while. Will there be some sense of relief when it comes out?
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't mind because it's special for me, so I do love it. And so, I don't mind talking a little bit about it, yeah.
Actually, being able to work with Tim Burton is like a dream come true because being able to do an actual character voice, not just have it be my own voice, is something totally different for me.
Is that blueberry scented, your microphone?
What's this one? This is raspberry.
That's right. Oh my God.
You had a little of this?
Let me see. That's oregano.
Yeah.
That's actually oregano.
Yeah. I fell in a pizza earlier. What was the question? Who asked the question?
Now, I remember speaking to you about Total Recall at Comic-Con last year. So Yeah, are you relieved now you can get more out to the fans?
Yes, very, and actually to kind of have a sense of what the whole movie is like. You know, it's very different. It's kind of weird when you're promoting something when you've only done 3 weeks' work on it. Yeah, it's strange.
It's really cool to know that it's done, it's in the can, did a masterful job at putting it all together. It's an enormous task.
There's still plenty more to come here at Comic-Con. After the break, we'll delve even further into some of the films being promoted here. And then we've got a movie juice competition that you won't want to miss. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to Movie Juice. We're coming to you from inside Crazy Comic-Con. I found the car from Total Recall. And while I've been here, I've been catching up with many stars, including Matt Damon about Elysium, Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Emily Blunt for Looper, Peter Jackson's The Hobbit, and many more. I remember watching the DVD extras for Lord of the Rings, and at the end you were like, oh, never again. Are you a glutton for punishment?
Well, never say never again, is the name of a James Bond movie once, I believe. Yeah, look, I'm glad that we're making The Hobbit after 10 years and not straight after Lord of the Rings, because it's given us a chance to step away, do other things, and now it just means that returning to Middle-earth has been a real joy, rather than a duty. Very, very different.
There is a lighter tone to it. It's the sort of story that kids tell their parents tell their kids at bedtime. You know, it's that sort of story. And Peter's constantly been saying, "Come on, make it lighter, make it funnier." And he's cast some wonderful comedians, comic actors. So, but I haven't seen it cut together. But that's my gloss. There will be darkness in it, no doubt. Dee 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 dee. Can't get darker than Howard Shore.
There's been a level of secrecy.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it was in kind of advance of Comic-Con. Like, he really didn't want any images out until Comic-Con, because the first images he wanted to show were to the fans here. Like, he's really got an affinity for the people at Comic-Con, because District 9 launched here, and really his life changed. And these are his people, you know, like, these are the people who will try to take apart his movie, like, frame by frame, and go, you know, and are really that into it, and like, and he makes movies for those people, because he's like, he loves that challenge of like, okay, here's what I'm doing. And his effects are designed to kind of like stymie those guys when they look and they go, wait a minute, okay, that's where he jumped. Wait a minute, that can't be where the green screen is, because there's something there in the foreground. Hold on, wait, how did he do that? Like, he really, because he comes from FX, he knows exactly what people are going to look for, and so he kind of like double, you know, moves them so that you know, I mean, just that level of detail where he wants everything. He's shown me shots on his computer where he's gone, like, look at the heat distortion from like every single possible tiny thing. Stuff that I can't see on a laptop, that he's like, when this is shown, you know, in IMAX, you're gonna see this, and like computer generated figure in a doorway of a spacecraft that's like, you know, rendered perfectly, and if you watched it on a normal television, you couldn't even see the guy, you know, but it's like that level of detail. Like, he wants the people who appreciate that level of detail to kind of appreciate the way he makes movies, you know. So that's really cool.
So Rian Johnson was saying that if you're going to see Looper, you should not watch any more trailers. Do you agree?
Yes. Yeah, I think because, I don't know, I think the joy of Looper and the kind of crazy train ride of Looper is that is the reveals and the surprises and the twists and turns. It is essentially a high octane thriller, you know, and I think it would be a shame to watch too many trailers.
Well, it seems like these days it's hard to keep things under wraps. I know Dark Knight Rises has had that same kind of thing as well. With Twitter and social media, there's little mystery left.
Oh, there's plenty of mystery left, sure. But I like that people are so into the movie that they're talking about it. That's exciting. For me though, when there's a movie that's gonna come out that I'm looking forward to seeing, when the trailer plays in the cinema, I go like la 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 la, because me, I just want to see the story told to me the way that the filmmaker intended. So I want the first image I see to be the first image the filmmaker wanted me to see, and I want the first words I hear to be the first words that the filmmaker wanted me to hear.
And you're selling your book downstairs.
Yeah, you're right, The Tiny Book of Tiny Stories. Are you recording?
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Now, I was reading on Twitter that you said if you're going to see Looper, don't watch any more trailers.
Oh, well, yeah, if you've already figured out that you're going to go see the movie, I think, it's one of those movies where part of the fun of it is seeing where it goes. And I think even if you have seen the trailers, it's not like the movie is spoiled for you. In fact, there are some really big surprises in it that are still going to take you by surprise. But I just think it's a rare experience, and it's really fun to walk into a movie totally cold. It's something you don't usually get. And I thought it would be fun to throw it out there that, look, if you know you're going to see it, maybe try that.
And we'll have more info on those films as they get closer to the release date, so don't worry. Okay, now it's time to win stuff. We've got a special competition here at Movie Juice to celebrate the release of Wanderlust on Blu-ray and DVD. Thanks to our friends at Universal Pictures and to celebrate the release of Wanderlust, the new comedy starring Paul Rudd and Jennifer Aniston on Blu-ray and DVD, we're giving 5 lucky viewers the chance to win a $100 voucher for Words of Mouth Jewels and a copy of Wanderlust on DVD. To enter, all you have to do is tell Movie Juice in 25 words or less, how would you start afresh if you could leave your job tomorrow? For more details, visit facebook.com/MNCTV. Wanderlust is available to rent or buy on DVD or Blu-ray now. And that's a wrap on Comic-Con 2012, but Movie Juice is back next week, and it is a massive show as I talk to Robert Pattinson about Cosmopolis, the new David Cronenberg film, and Renee talks to the guys behind Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter. Tune in for that, and in the meantime, stay on StarPix for all the movies you know and the actors you love. Broadcasting glorious high definition with 5.1 surround sound where available. For all the best in entertainment news, find or follow us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube and MNC.TV.